What is happening, YouTubes? Vector here, riding through the flowers. Beautiful sunny evening at last. Right after work again. We're off to another bike meet. You know the drill now. You know how it is. This week it's another first time meet for me, which is going to be the Chapter 1 bike meet at Damerells. So Chapter 1 is a little sort of diner shack thing, I think, in the car park. Damerells, of course, is one of the big bike dealers. So yeah, we're heading over. Got a couple of mates that I'm hopefully meeting there if timings all line up. The fun of being adults, you ride over hoping they're actually going to be there. Now we've got my favourite junction. Saying that, hello. That wasn't so bad. It's an annoying road, this one, because it's one of those where you can wind up with it's not crazy busy, but it's a constant stream of traffic in both directions, so getting a gap that lines up on both sides can be quite a hard thing to do. But yeah, we're on it now, so we're going to cruise down here. I'm doing a little scenic route again, so the quickest way for me to get down to Damerells is in Indian Queens, and it's just off the A30, literally over the A30. So the quickest way to get there would of course just be to blast all the way down the A30, doing 70 in the fast lane. Yeah, that would save me time. It'd save me quite a lot of time actually, almost half my journey time. But where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in just riding along on a dual carriageway getting buffeted the whole time? So no, I'm taking the scenic route, which starts off as I'll come down through the moors again as always, and then going down the A38 here. At the end we hang a left, and we're going to be following the sat nav, which is going to sort of snake us under and over and around the A30 without actually going on it. So should be a fun one. On an evening like this, I'm more than happy to take the scenic route, even if it means the journey takes longer. It's worth it if it's an enjoyable journey as well as an enjoyable event. And particularly these evening meets as well, like by the time I get there, most people are going to be leaving anyway. I'm only going to get 30-40 minutes at the actual event. You might as well make the journey fun in and of itself, otherwise there's really no point. So as I say, this is my first time at this meet. Looks like fun, looks like a decent turnout. There's 3 different bike meets all in the same 10-15 mile radius. They're really fighting for attendance, and there's 2 on the same day. I'm being the good friend and going to Damerells. I'd rather be at the other one, frankly, but it'll be fun anyway. So I think we'll go to this one, and then maybe next time I'll go to the other one. I've never really been one for bike meets. Traditionally, when I was riding down here before, I didn't used to bother going to them because I was kind of like, is it just a lot of standing around in car parks talking to people you don't know? And yeah, it is, but I don't know, it's worth doing some. I'm not going to be going every week to them and that sort of regular, but I can enjoy them sort of now and then, change it up. It's an excuse to get out, it's a destination to ride to. That stops me just riding the same 3 roads. And it's always fun looking at the bikes as well. I don't know if Damerells stays open late on bike night day to show off all the bikes. We'll find out when we get there. It'd be nice if they did, so obviously you can look around all of the brand new bikes as well, but even if they don't, there'll be a good range of bikes. And one thing I have noticed about Cornwall is there's a really strong range of bikes down here. It's not like you see some bike meets and they're all sports bikes, or they're organised by an MC and they're all Harleys or all cruisers or whatever. The bike meets down here, there's a real spread of different genres. You get everything. I went to one literally last night. I was at Bude last night. I took Scamp, the little CG, over for his first big trip since the MOT. That went well. He handled himself pretty well. Didn't throw any fits. He was slow, and we took an even more scenic route than I'm taking today, but he handled it fine. And there was a huge range of bikes there. I mean, we had sports bikes, we had S-Rads and GXs, lots of nice 90s stuff. We had a DR400 Supermoto. They're quite rare these days. There's a variety of classics. There was a lovely proper old school Triumph, kind of desert sled, like Steve McQueen kind of style. It's got big chunky knobblies, custom exhaust. It sounded amazing as it rode off as well. He was there just at the start. There's only a daytime MOT on that one, no headlights, so he scurried off pretty quickly. So there was all sorts. So there were a couple of 125s, some modern stuff, some nakeds. Basically every type of bike you could think of was probably there. You can take all the boxes, and that's fun in itself. You get all these different little groups of different riders who normally wouldn't have a huge amount of calls to interact, all still hanging out and chatting. And you have a guy in a one-piece leather that's down to his waist will be talking to a bloke in a leather cut with patches. It's cool, because we've got such good roads down here, we've got such a variety of roads. You end up with a variety of riders as well. That's a weird place to be. You all good, boss? How you doing?
We've done about 300 miles and she's just starting to feel a bit shit as we got to the top of the hill. We only live 5 miles away, but she needs a little rest now.
Okay.
Thanks for stopping.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Good on you.
Take it easy, man. Ah, that was good. You always got to check, just to make sure. And the thing is, like, I'm well aware that I have zero mechanical knowledge. Like, I'm not going to be able to fix what's broken. But a lot of the time, they don't even need that. I mean, I've stopped before, and people have known how to fix it, but they've been like, oh, have you got a 10mm spanner? And I have in my, like, standard Honda toolkit. Or they'll be like, oh, I've got someone nearby, but I need my phone's dead. Can I borrow your phone? Or even just like, hey, can you give me a push to bump start it? Like, it's all it needs a lot of the time. It's always worth checking, or they're out of fuel and you can just run down to the petrol station back for them. In fact, actually, someone I saw on social media mentioned they recently stopped for a guide who was stopped in a weird place, and it turned out his bike was absolutely fine, but he'd stalled it. It was a kickstart only, and he just had knee surgery and wasn't able to kick it back to life when it, he was like, his knee was hurting him too much to be able to kick it properly. So this biker just kicked it for him. Job done. That was it. That's what he needed. Off he went, merry on his way. So, yeah, always got to stop, always got to check. Just got to make sure, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, you'd want them to stop for you, wouldn't you? So yeah, we're starting off our scenic route. We're actually going past Thor Motorcycles, which is actually just down this road here. Now, I don't know if you've been seeing my channel recently, but I recently did the BSA event at Thor's. Test rode the Gold Star. Check the video linked above. Well, that video's done great numbers. It's a little bit depressing because we all know that reviews get a lot more views and interaction than this video ever will. I mean, this video is going to get about 100, 150 views if I'm lucky. That review video, the BSA, is on about 2,500, I think, 2,800 when I left, which is big. It's big numbers for me. I don't get big numbers on this channel, so yeah, a little depressing. Good bike though. It was a fun event to go to. Yeah, here we are. So this, if you come in this way from the A38, this little stone shack here marks the turn-in, and then Thor's are down that way a little bit. Nice enough, dealer. I bet this guy's loving this sun. Must be the first time all year he's been able to drive into a field and not bring half of it back out with him. A mate of mine's a forester, and he says it's been fucking miserable this year, having like everything just covered in mud, like caked in mud. Can't get them any trails without churning them up and fucking them up. And yeah, I've looked at outdoorsy actual working jobs before. Like I was going to apply for, I looked at the park rangers for Dartmoor and stuff like that. When I left my last job, I was like, it'd be nice to not be in front of a screen, like do something different, change it up. And I still might, but there are times where I resent being stuck behind a screen, even though I am working from home, so that's a fantastic opportunity, realistically. But on the nice days I do wish I was outside enjoying it, but I'm well aware that the nice days are few and far between, and the reality of most of these jobs is that you're wading through muck, and then it doesn't even, it's not like you clock off and it's done. You clock off and then you go home and have to wash your car and wash your boots and wash your clothes. And my job's not the most stable. There's not a great deal of future in it. It's taken a bit of a dump on my ideas of buying a house in the next sort of year and a bit. It's a bit depressing at times, but it's a good opportunity to have for the time being. And yeah, I think I'm going to hold on to it for now and then reassess later. But in today's climate, a remote job that I can do from home is an incredible opportunity. Well, I'm pretty sure I told it to avoid this crap, but here we are, I guess. At least it got me around the tractor. I think these boys are probably going to the same meet because they were at Bude yesterday. The one up front is an M109R, the big Boulevard Suzuki Muscle-White. I'm not sure what the sports bike is behind. That Boulevard's that's a hell of a thing though. They're going to go more directly though. Yeah, exactly. Back on the small roads again. You'll be able to see, I don't know on the sat nav there, but the A30 is just over there, so we're we're running parallel to it, and we've gone up the left side, we're going to go up the right side now, tuck back over again. It's a real loop, this one. It's just more engaging, as much as this is not particularly engaging, this bit. It's something we're doing like 60, 65 down a road like this. It's so much more tolerable than doing 70, 75 down the dual carriageway. The wind buffeting, you know, gets quite considerably worse at 70 than it does at like 60. So I'm still considering a little screen topper, one of those wee adjustable ones. If I can find one for cheap that's not made of like crap and it's going to just fall apart on me, then it could be nice just to give that extra foot of kick up on the wind coming over. Oh, someone's moving heist. Dreadful joke. See, don't let the Londoners see this. You think the caravans are bad enough, they'll come down like this in a minute. Just to bring the whole house down. We finally managed to outlaw second home ownership, and then they just turn up with their entire home at the back of a low loader. This is, of course, the downside of taking the scenic route. Everyone else takes the scenic route too, including all the slow stuff. Now you see, that's a little bit tempting, isn't it? You want to just kind of will it be good? I say, still not being good. When you've got a muscle cruiser and you're faced with just a long straight road, you're only human. Some nice sweepers at the end of this. That's the other thing about the older roads, the quieter roads that haven't been bypassed, is they tend to be a more organic route, because they're generally a road that's been there for a very, very, very long time, and they've just been expanded over time, but they still maintain more or less the original route, which was the route of least resistance across the hillside. You know, back when it was horse and cart and stuff. And there'll be more of these eventually. Once that A30 diversion thing finally gets completed in like 2030, there'll be some more of these Route 66 style leftover throwback roads. You can just cruise along and enjoy them. It's been good now because I've got a white Vauxhall behind me. I don't even know if the police use white Vauxhalls anymore. They probably don't. The paranoia remains. We're almost there at last. 2.5 miles. Hell of a view for them sheep. What a field to be sat in. That was my turning, wasn't it? Of course it was. Alright, sat nav's worked out an alternate, so it shouldn't be too bad. Tell you what, I'm hoping there's food at this bike meet. We're outside of the normal opening hours for that diner, but I'm assuming if they're hosting the bike meet that they're also providing food. We'll soon see. It's past my dinner time. Alright, and here we are, pulling in. Let's see what we're working with tonight. Oh, there's still a good amount of bikes. That's good to see. I can probably park in there unless I see one of my mate's bikes. Oh, we'll go in there, that's nice. No. Evening.
Nice and clean for the year.
Sorry?
Nice and clean.
Oh yeah. And that was Chapter 1 bike night. It's alright bike night, you know. A good turnout. Wasn't as chatty as it could have been. Unfortunately, of the two mates that I was meeting there, one didn't make it. The other one had to leave about 5-10 minutes after I arrived. So that wasn't ideal. But it was a fun night all the same. I got my burger, that's the main thing. And yeah, I'm just nipping down here. Need to grab some fuel on the way back because my pipette is empty on this bike, and then we'll turn around, take another scenic route back. Should be quite nice. I'm going to lose the sun at some point on the ride, but should have the last dregs of it for the most part. Do we have premium? We do. Alright, that's us fueled up and heading back. It's always a little bit awkward when you're the only one at the bike meet, but it gets easier in time, I'm sure. It's like anything, it's all just practice, makes it a bit more extroverted. They had a great range of bikes, they had all sorts of classics. There was an old BSA, proper old BSA, there was a really nice pair of Yamaha XJRs, matching pair with one blue, one red, and all with like proper like chrome detail on the engine and colour coordinated exhausts and all of it. Like, that was really, really nice. So I'm gonna mosey on back. I'll say bye now while I still have some battery. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Again, there will be more bike meets in the future. I will make more of an effort to start filming at the meet and, you know, giving some content from the meet rather than just taking a couple of photos and then moving on. With all that said, thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.